toy fans, Aaron here. Tonight, gonna take a look at the 6-inch Black Series Skiff Guard Lando Calrissian. Let's head to the table and check this one out.
First up, the packaging. As you can see, still in that red and black box. Through the window, you see the figure with the included accessory. Nice artwork of Lando down at the bottom right corner. On the side of the packaging, you can see he's number 76 in the lineup. And then on the back side, nothing new here. Nice larger photo of Lando as he was seen on the front of the box, with a brief description about what he's up to as we joined him at the beginning of Return of the Jedi. And now taking a look at him out of the packaging. Another stellar figure by Hasbro. Their photoreal face painting technology continues to just raise the bar on every release, I feel like, of at least the human figures. Alien ones, they really never had a problem getting those right. And that's not to say, though, that this is a perfect figure. There are some subtle things here and there, really minor, but some things that I just kind of tend to notice. First, though, looking at the helmet, great sculpt here, very representative of how it looked in the movie. Throughout the top of the helmet, the nice wash is really bringing out the texture that is sculpted within that. Through the front of the mask, you can see you got a little dirt wash or dirtier painting at least painted through there. The sculpting to those little horns and teeth are looking pretty good. And then that black band, little bit of white or something on there, little wash. Again, all of that helmet looking really good. And of course it is removable, revealing a fantastic Lando Calrissian head sculpt. Now we did get Lando already. We got him in his Bespin outfit before they were using the face painting technology. Here you can see the two figures side by side. I've spent a considerable amount of time staring at these two faces. Obviously it's not 100% the same head sculpt. You can see differences in the way the hair is sculpted. But aside from the hairline, it just keeps staring at these faces. And while they look totally different because of the face painting, the crease along the eyes, the way those are sculpted, the shape of the mouth and the chin area, as I keep looking closer, it still seems to me that the rest of the face looks the same. But enough about that. Through the midsection, this is where I got a little bit of a problem with the figure. One thing I noticed with the Bespin Lando is that the body, the legs seemed really tall, the chest section seemed really short. And in this case, I feel like the chest section is really extended. The part with the line sculpted going horizontally, it seems too long. It's a minor gripe, but it's one of the things that my eyes really focused in on as I was taking it out of the packaging. Aside from that little bit though, the top half of this figure is just like I said, it's looking fantastic. I love the hammered look to the armor that's along the shoulders and down around the wrists, and same throughout the front of the chest. On the back side, you got some nice strap detailing going around over the shoulders and underneath the arms. This little wrap piece that's going around his hips, that is separately sculpted and placed around the waist. Very nice wash to that, really making it look like worn leather. Sculpting of that belt is looking good. Once again, nice paint job for that. Staying very well within the lines. Another thing I noticed that kind of made me do a double take, I noticed his right hand is sculpted as if he was going to hold a weapon. I kind of had to double check the box just to be sure I didn't miss it, but there's no blaster with it. Also, as I was watching through the movie to get a better look at the uniform, I did notice he had a holster, and we're not getting one here. So odd that that's not included. I know not every Skiff Guard Lando that came in the 3 3/4 inch line came with a weapon or even had a holster sculpted to the hip. Some figures did though. That's kind of a relatively minor thing. I guess I wish it was there, but I'm also able to live on without it. Taking a look at the legs, one little thing here I noticed is that the thigh pieces that are coming directly out of the hip, very smooth plastic in comparison to the rest of the leg as you move down the figure. You can make out some just subtle texturing within the sculpted fabric of those legs. Once again, to your eye, I don't know how well you're going to pick it out, but under my lights, the smoothness of that plastic coming out from underneath the hips was rather noticeable. And then continuing to move down the figure, of course you got some brown boots painted in there, some straps sculpted and painted just above the top of the boot wrapping around the legs, and then you can see some of the black soles painted in there with a little touch of silver buckle detailing off on the side of the foot. As for the articulation of this figure, of course the head is using that newer joint system. One thing about that though is that on this figure, or at least mine anyways, the neck is very loose at the base into the main body, but tighter as it goes up into the bottom of the head. So as I spin things around here, you see the neck follows with it, but it indeed is separately sculpted. You can kind of see it moving there separately now from the neck if I put a little pressure against it. Otherwise though, you get really great range of motion, that head going forward and back quite a bit, and even some nodding around side to side, and just a good head roll going on there. As far as the shoulders, another little bit of interesting things here going on is that these little armor pieces are ball tabbed into the shoulder, so they're not glued on. So as you can see, as that moves, that armor doesn't hinder anything. It just rolls right along with that. Can still bring that up 90 degrees. Doesn't pop out of place. Same thing for the other shoulder, so you got plenty of room to get things going there. Now, obviously, you're not going to get a 360 rotation out of that because of the armor piece, and then it will pop out of place. I do think time will tell how durable this will be before it constantly pops out on everyone though. At the elbow, you got pretty much a 90-degree bend going on there, and then of course you're going to get your swiveling. Your wrist is going to swivel 360 on you, and then his right hand is going to go up and down, and that left hand is going to go side to side. At the waist, he's got good swiveling going on there. Of course, you can spin him 360 also. Legs are going to split out like so. They're going to come almost straight out and back a little bit. You got your rotation at the top of the thigh, double joints at the knee. Foot goes forward at a pretty good range there, and then even goes pretty far back. And as expected, you got your rotation at the ankle. As far as accessories, as I already mentioned, he just comes with his vibro axe. Very nice sculpt going on to it. The top of the staff is really looking great. Little bits of weathering in there. Unfortunately, just as you get past that upper part of the axe, all that great weathering just stops. What you're left with through the handle is just your sculpted gray piece of plastic. It's almost like a before and after picture, really. The top part of it is just looking fantastic, and the rest of it just looks like a toy. I know that's what it is, but still, it's just so odd to see something only half painted like that. So overall, this really is a tremendous looking figure. I feel like I say that a lot lately, but Hasbro continues to be doing a really good job with the figures, especially since this photoreal technology has come out. You know, on a lot of them, not all, but for the most part, the figures, the sculpt always seemed to be there, but it just wasn't really being helped by the paint applications. And now that problem seems to be solved. I certainly hope we get some more of the other Skiff Guards and other aliens from Jabba's palace to go along with this figure.
And that wraps up this look at the 6-inch Black Series Lando Calrissian Skiff Guard. I'd love to know what your thoughts are on this figure in the comments section below. And as always, thank you for watching.